Welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today, for the behind the scenes video, every time I start a painting, I start with liquid white. And as you guys saw in the last video, I tried to use liquid white, but I didn't have any. So today in this video, I will be showing you guys how I make my liquid white because why would I buy it when I could make it cheaper? So today we're going to be making liquid white. Stay tuned. This is the way I make it. It can vary with different people. Alright, so we're here where I'm going to be working at. As you can see, I have my container. Before I forget, we gotta add in these stuff. I have my container where I'm going to be putting my liquid white. This is a vintage liquid white container that I bought with one of my master brush cleaners and preservers. It really doesn't matter where you put it. All that matters is you have somewhere to store it. So then I also have this. It's just a wooden stick, slab, or whatever you want to call it. And I made this. I'll make a separate video explaining exactly how to make it and why and what it's good for. But in short notice, this I made it to put a blade on top. As you can see, it has a slit and be able to scrape off the dried paint, but we're gonna use it to mix up the liquid white. The only reason why I need a razor blade is to cut the tape. This I like to use to kind of squeeze out. It's from a roller. I just use it to squeeze out the paint from the tube if I'm running low. And of course you need the paints. Now, I have a bit of saran wrap just to cover this up and the paint won't stain too bad. And of course I have my oil. Now, the thing with the oil, and I'm gonna get started while I'm talking. Many people say you gotta use linseed oil, you gotta use linseed oil. And I agree. Linseed oil is helpful, but there's been times where I got in the way with using cooking oil. Yeah, you heard that right. So for me, it's whatever's available. That's what I use. If I have linseed oil, great, because that's artist grade. But if I don't, I really don't stress too much about it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab the saran wrap, wrap it, and just wrap it a good amount. So as you can see, it's fully wrapped there. And grab a piece of tape just to seal it off. And that's pretty much it for this part. So we're gonna put this to the side, and we're gonna grab our container. And all I'm going to do now, there's some fancy ones for toothpaste where you put in the tube and roll it, and I have one, but I just find it easier with this because I just grab it, put pressure, and it just pushes all the paint to the very top. So pretty simple, just makes my life easier for me. And this also helps get all that paint out. Now, if you struggle with holding something down while you're trying to get the paint out, or say, you can use a clamp. The clamp will help just to hold it down, but you don't really need it. It's just something nice to kind of have. So these tubes are on their last runs. That's why I'm using these. And I'm trying to push out as much. As you can see, there's still a little bit of paint in there. There we are. Just putting, and here just regular paint, and I'm going to put oil. Now there's two ways to make the liquid white. You can put the paint in a Ziploc bag, mix it up, knead it, and then put it in here. But I just find that way like you're wasting it. So I rather just do this. So let me move the camera and find a way where my hand will not block the view. So hopefully right there my hand doesn't really block the view too much. But all I do is really just mush the paint with the oil and just get all of that paint incorporated. At first the paint will want to separate, but you just gotta push that paint in and mix it and just have that in there. There. So just really mush it and get it in there. You can kind of swirl it, up to you. Now it is runny, or it should be. I always like to do the tap test. If I tap it, it should kind of even out. If it doesn't even out, that means it's too much paint. And if it's too runny, then everything's just gonna act like water. So again, I'm gonna put some more paint because I want a little bit more liquid white. I want it to last me a bit longer. Some oil. I just kind of eyeball it. I don't have a measurement for it right now, but I eyeball it and go from there. So just push it, mix it in, kind of mash it. There. Oops. A little bit came out, just jumped out. There. You could see how runny that is. I'm just trying to really mix it in well by pushing it in. Okay, and you could use different brand paints. So yeah, I could see it starts evening out, so that's a good sign. But that's pretty much all the process. It's not too complicated to make your own liquid white. I'm just gonna grab, I just bought a fresh tube of paint right here, and we'll add in a little bit just to have enough. Maybe like that much toothpaste amount. You know what? Can I get this off? There we go. Just trying to get an even amount. Now, I did get that little spot right there. So for that, I'm gonna just grab my palette knife, kind of hope to toss it in. There we are. I want to get as much value as what I'm putting into it. So just put in my oil. Grab it and just mix it up. Mix it up real good. I'm just trying to make sure the camera is getting it good. Last thing I want to do is block the angle for you guys and you guys don't see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just angle it, make it easier for everyone. There, just push that paint in, make it mix. Oops, we got a little spill, as you can see there in the corner. Let me just grab my palette knife, and I can try to scoop it up and just put it back in. Scoop it up. Before, when I first started making my liquid white, I would do this on my palette and I would try to transfer it here, but it's just more work, and I just thought about it doing it this way. This way is really the easiest way I can think of making liquid white, but you want to be careful because might splatter a bit. So highly recommend you have some napkins nearby because you're gonna need them. All I'm doing is just clean myself. I already stained my shoe a bit. I don't mind. If you guys tend to get paint on your clothes, leave it down in the comments. I have a great solution for that when it comes to oil paints on clothing, so I could show you guys how to remove it pretty easily. It's stuff like these that I wouldn't show on my main channel because main channel is strictly meant for tutorials, but on the behind the scenes channel, shoot. Basically, the questions I answered through the comments would be in the format of videos here. So if you haven't, subscribe to this channel because it will show you things that will help you with the main channel, with the painting tutorials and all that. So just try to remove as much as I can. Tap test. You'll see, like, alright, let me see if I can do this correctly to show you guys. I'm gonna separate the liquid white. There we are. Just separate it like that. You can see that gap. If your liquid white is good, if you tap it, takes a couple of taps and it'll come right back together. That's some good liquid white. And if you see it moving, that's good. You do not want it to be stiff because then that's lack of oil and it's not going to be good. But that's pretty much it on how to make liquid white. Just make sure once you store it, you have it labeled, because you don't want someone throwing this away, something you worked on, or paint you put in there and all that. I have people almost throw away my stuff. Almost. I won't say throw away because that would be a lie, or at least that I know of. But it's important you mark it. If you're gonna leave it out in the middle of nowhere, mark it. Let people know what it is. Now, people know with me, this white container with black lid is from my cleaning set, my painting set, and they know it's my homemade liquid white. So let me jump to the closing scene. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and find it helpful. I know for me, when I would buy containers of liquid white, I never liked it. So when I found the alternative to how to make liquid white and for a little bit cheaper, I decided each time I do it, I'm gonna make my own liquid white, and it's helpful for paintings. On the next video of my main channel, that liquid white is gonna be used to restore this painting. Just do some adjustments that I want here and there. Again, I really hope this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, leave a like, share this video, and help this video spread around as I'm creating this new channel. I know I did a channel intro a while back. Looking at it, it's been almost a year. I was supposed to upload, but time didn't allow me. But now I'm here to stay. I'm here to upload. I'm doing this for you guys. So if you guys can, please leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any comments or suggestions for a video for this channel, leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as possible. Until then, take care, my friends, and goodbye.